So it's about time I make this video. It's been, by no exaggeration, the most requested video I've ever had, and I always kind of planned on making it, but now I'm just finally getting around to it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to crease this, a Ben Davis half zip. I don't know why, I don't know what it is. I think what it is that there's no video out there on YouTube that really shows you how to do it, but it's like so trendy on Instagram and TikTok. Like I see it all the time, like people with a creased half zip, but I've never seen a tutorial on YouTube that explains how to do it. I'm gonna make this short, and in this tutorial I'm gonna be doing less talking and more just showing you guys how to do it. Same thing I always show you guys how to do in any of my other videos, and regardless of what you're ironing. But if you haven't seen any of my videos, I'll still go over it. So first you need some type of something thin like a bandana, or you could use a pillowcase or a bed sheet. And then you're gonna need starch. So me personally, on my shirts, if I do starch them, which I rarely ever do, I like to use a light starch. So this one is Faultless Heavy Finish Crisp Ironing Spray Starch right here. And if you guys seen my other videos, you know that I always use this one, but since I don't like to feel like super cardboard hard like shirt on my body, I'll use like a light starch on this one. But that comes down to preference. If you guys like the heavy finish, then use that. But if you're starting out and you want to take my recommendation, I would recommend using this one. And then obviously if you do use this heavy finish, then you'll need a spray bottle like this to pour the starch into and apply it. Then for your iron, you're going to want to have it set to cotton, which is usually the highest setting. If you don't know, obviously, I mean, if you're not familiar with these shirts, they're cotton. So yeah, highest setting. And like I always say, no steam, as you can see. No water in here. I recommend not using steam. Other people will disagree with me on that, and that's okay. If you do want to use steam, then go ahead. I personally recommend not to, because it's pretty much like diluting the starch because you're adding water to it, but that's completely up to you. First things first, like I always say in all my videos, just iron it as you normally would, with no starch, no nothing. Just iron it flat down to get all the wrinkles out, so you could have like a fresh slate to, you know, form the crease. Okay, so now that's taken care of. Now this is the most important part, because this is the most complicated part when, you know, because everybody knows how to crease at this point, you know, but depending on what type of piece of clothes you're creasing, then it's going to be different each time. So first of all, let's flip this to the other side. Start on this side. So pretty much what we're going to do is I'm going to have two creases on the shirt, okay? Front and back. So one crease is going to go down the center of this pocket, other crease is going to go down the center of this pocket. That's like the most popular one, especially for a Ben Davis half zip. It wouldn't really make sense to get a crease down the center because, you know, you have this. So that's pretty much always how they do it. So here's what you're doing. This is going to be the most crucial part. You grab it like this. You're going to fold this part right to where the collar is. Right about there. And make sure that it lines up straight the entire way down. Now the ends, both of these ends of the pocket should be touching. And right now I don't think it is. I think it's a little lower. But yeah, both where this pocket, the piece of this pocket stitched on, it should be on the opposite side, like touching each other. So make sure that's lined up correctly. feels good right there. Make sure everything's just lined up correctly and symmetrically, so you get a nice straight line. Okay, so now what you want to do is pretty much you want to start to iron this flat down with no starch or nothing, right? And that's going to pretty much form like a crease, and we're going to be able to use that as a guideline to know where we want to put the starch. So I'm gonna start doing that. I'm filming right now.
What are you filming? Get ready with me?
Bro, no, bro. No, I'm filming it's like my most requested video ever. Everybody wants to see how to crease a Ben Davis half zip, so I'm like, okay, bet.
Well, as you know, I am now officially part of Shaka's staff. So if you ever want to do anything with Shaka shit, just tell me. You could pull up and you could film your content at Shaka if you want.
So I would say right here, if you could see, I low-key missed the center of the pocket a little. So right here where these, in the middle of the pocket, there's like a little point, because they kind of angle down these lines right here and they create like a little point right there. So that's pretty much where you want the crease to be. So I'm going to try to redo this right now and see if I could get it right this time. But it's bound to happen. It happens. When it comes to shirts, I'm really bad at lining up the crease. So I'm going to try to do this again. Okay, so now it's looking a lot better. As you can see, I got it directly down the center of the pocket, and then the previous crease isn't even visible. So yeah, don't worry about making a mistake. That's why I said we're just gonna do it without any starch right now, just to form a crease so we could make a guideline to know where we want to put the starch. Because sometimes you might get that where you mess up the alignment on it, and then see, for example, if I put starch on it already, then it's like, damn, that crease is going to be impossible to get out. So that's why it's so important. You don't want to do it with starch at first. And now pretty much what I'm going to do is, now we're going to just pretty much sharpen these creases. We're going to add starch. I'm not going to be talking too much. I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. So if you didn't notice what I just did right there, pretty much I took out the backside because what we just did right now is only isn't going to be enough to form a very sharp crease on the front. So I took out the backside to remove the extra layer of cloth, and now we're just going to focus on hitting this front one. See, now in my opinion, this looks very nice. I can tell that the starch is just perfect for me, for my preference. It's not going to be super duper heavy, but it's just going to look nice, just nice enough to get that crease. And another thing I noticed too is, honestly, if I had a recommendation for you guys, I probably would not crease a Ben Davis of this color, and specifically one that's striped, because you notice that it's kind of hard to notice the crease since there's so many stripes. So if I'm going to be honest with you, like now that I'm actually doing this and seeing it, I would highly recommend you do this with a solid color Ben Davis. I would too if I had one. I just don't have one, and your boy's kind of unemployed right now because I'm about to start a new job, so I don't have money to spend on one. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I would recommend doing this on a solid color Ben Davis because you definitely want people to, when you wear it, you want people to notice the work that you put into it, you know. And this is, it's kind of hard to see the crease in this one, like even looking at it from right here. So I could just imagine, like, if I saw myself from a distance, it'd be hard to notice, you know what I mean? So that's just a recommendation that I'd throw that out there. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So now this is going to be a tricky part because on this pocket we have the Ben Davis logo. Now there's one of two things you could do. Right here you could just crease it, or add it to the crease, or you could go around it. But if you go around it, it's going to be a bit tricky because then you're going to get it off centered and it might look not symmetrical. So like, let's say you could just do the crease right here on the edge of it, go a little closer to the collar, and then just kind of do that all the way through. But then if you do that, I would recommend doing the same thing on the opposite pocket, do it off centered so that it looks symmetrical. So me, I did it on the center on the other pocket, so I'm gonna do it on the center on this one, and I'm gonna crease the logo as well. And then, if anything, another idea that actually just occurred to me as I'm doing this is you could just crease this, and just kind of leave that out. You know what I mean? And it's not really going to be noticeable because then again, you don't want to burn this because it's the logo. So, so I think I might just, crease everything here and just kind of leave that as it is. Now, as you can see, got the perfectly straight crease, looking tight, about 9.5 inches apart exactly. So it's pretty cool. And now to add like the final finishing touch, I believe what's really gonna make this stand out is if we add one crease right here, only in the back, not in the front, in the center, directly in the center, going outside. So these two creases on the back are facing inside, but this final one's gonna be outside. So I'm gonna do that now. Make sure you fold the tag up like this. This tag that's right here, fold it out. And then if you want to crease the collar as well, I would recommend folding the collar out and then you could crease it like that. I'm not going to do that, but it's up to you. Now this is looking super nice, as you can see. I really only messed this shirt up because I got a stain right here, so I'm probably gonna try to hand wash just that part off to get that rid of that stain. But yeah, I'll take some pictures in this shirt, and that's really it. The end of this tutorial. I think I'm gonna go over these two creases one more time because obviously, you know, they're the creases in the front. You want to have those as sharp as you could possibly have them. With no bandana, I'm just gonna do it dry, and yeah. Now that's the end of that video, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. I hope you were able to do this to your shirt, give you a different look. But like I said, this would look way better if I had a solid color Ben Davis, because with the stripes you can't really notice unless you're like right as close as I am to the shirt right now. Other than that, I would appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and also leave a comment. Just anything to boost the numbers on this video. Let the algorithm know to recommend this video to other people. But anyways, I hope if you were searching for a way to crease this, that you found this video. And that's really it. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless you.